But I was sleeping, Lord have mercy. I just got up, Lord. I'm like, oh my goodness. When I was sleeping, you know how people just be nudging you to get up when you asleep. Somebody nudged you for you to get up, you know, and then be asking, is you woke? You have to forgive me because the stuff that I be putting on my dang on face or whatever. Even like my eyes, like somebody be punching me in my eyes, but I promise y'all ain't nobody touch me. But I be putting that black stuff on my eyes or whatever, and when I rub my face sometimes, that's how it makes my face look like somebody been punching me in my eyes or whatever. Nobody punch me in my eyes no more, yo. I don't have no relationship. But you know how somebody just be nudging you just to get up, and when you get up or whatever, they be like, you woke? Like my eyes is open, right? But I just kept getting a nudge, like mob ties. Mob ties. I'm like, what about mob ties? Lord have mercy. Look, I love the mob. I consider the mob as the police, FBI, you know, the higher officials. That's who I look at the mob as, you know, can't be touched, you know. Stuff like that. I just kept hearing mob ties. I guess my family have mob ties, I guess, or the people that we dealing with is has mob ties. I'm not sure, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I'm pretty sure the mob is intelligent and they won't have no ties to none of this stuff or whatever. Look, I don't have no problem with nobody, but my baby girl, Angel, okay, the rental office was telling me, you know, they called me in, you know, and this was a year and a half ago. No, it was last year. They called me and they was talking to me about trying to see did I have extra income. I'm like, the only income that I'm sharing with you all is the only income that I have. I don't have no more income at all. And it was trying to tell, it was like, do your kids receive income or something like that? Because it's somebody that's showing up that has you know, it's something about your grandfather. I mean, they grandfather left them you know, something, and they collected something off Social Security for the railroad. I guess they used to work at the railroad or whatever. And I'm like, they gotta be talking about my dad, you know. But it's just my daughter. My oldest daughter is the one that's receiving something, and my youngest daughter is not receiving nothing. They didn't put my youngest daughter. It's like my youngest daughter do not even exist. Whenever I call family court and stuff like, it's like some my child have been stolen. Like for me, like I'm not gonna even lie. When I call the court or whatever, every time I call the court and stuff like that, and I give my baby girl name and her birthday, they always tell me, we don't know nobody about it. I mean, ain't nobody about her birthday coming up. You sure? And I give them her social, all of that stuff. They said, no, we don't see no angel. Um, what's your other baby name? They pull my other baby up, but it's like my youngest daughter, they not pulling her up at all. And that was concerning to me because she's on every document. So how's my baby girl not being pulled up in the system? She's not the one that's getting anything, but my youngest daughter is getting something, and they making it seem like I'm drawing Social Security off my dad, but I'm not. I never got anything from my dad or whatever, or from my family members. I never got anything from nobody. This is the honest God truth. These people been stealing from me for years, taking from me. And these are people that's after me and want people to hurt me, kill me before a certain time, before I find out about this, that, and the third. They doing a whole lot of stuff, y'all. Like I really need help out here for these people, so these people won't do what it is that they trying to have done to me. Like, are you serious? But y'all sitting around talking about some y'all family is not messy and all that stuff like that. How y'all family ain't messy? Y'all been trying to hurt me for years now because y'all been stealing from me from years, taking from me. I don't understand this. I really don't. April, Tawana, I don't understand this. Like, what's going on with y'all? Why y'all want to do me like this? Because I don't know if it's a relationship going on with my kid's dad or whatever in them, but I know that they used to deal with my kid's father for a while. And I used to wonder, I used to wonder about a lot of things, I ain't gonna lie. I just felt like my whole life was just a joke to people. Like they orchestrated this whole thing to happen in my life. For if I have children, take my kids away or all this other stuff. I just feel like my whole life has just been a lie. Like people like it's just been a whole show, like a show that people have to watch and continue to keep watch of my dang on life. I don't understand. I'm sorry, I had to pull my phone up because I'm kind of still a little bit sleepy or whatever. I still got the sleep in my eyes, but something just kept on nudging me saying, you know, um, mob ties, and I was having dreams and stuff like that, and I'm like, trying to put things together and stuff like that because I know my family. They my dad's side of the family is connected to celebrities and stuff like that. So in every way, people have made me feel like I just didn't belong in a lot of situations. So I didn't mind or anything like that because when nobody doing anything for me in the first place. But when it comes to my dang on children, why is y'all doing what y'all doing? Why y'all coming against my kids? I have 3 kids. I have a son and 2 daughters. Why is y'all coming against them, taking things away from them? Because when you take it from me, you take it from them. That's what I try to get my kids to understand. Don't y'all be involved in what these people have going on, because guess what? When they take it from your mama, they take it from you too. No matter how they try to make it seem, they take it from you. Because I'm going to make sure you get whatever it is that you need and deserve to have in your dang on life, don't you think? These people don't give a care. They just worried about their kids. But what about mine? Mine's in need. I'm in need. What about us? If something was left to you, you'll be doing everything that you can to get it. You'll be doing everything you can to get it, especially when people try to put you in these situations, these tight situations to get you put out. You'll try to do everything that you can to do whatever it is that you need to do to get whatever you deserve to have in your life too. If people are doing this to you before a tower moment. Because these people wanted me broke, homeless, begging, out on the street, not knowing where to go, all of that stuff. They want all this for me. My family, my mother's side of the family, my daddy's side of the family, my kid's dad and his family, everybody wanted all of this stuff from me. And the only thing I ever ask is for God to just you know, put all this information in investigators and everything else here, so they can come in and they can actually give me the help that I need and deserve, because I really do need the help. These people, they tied to a lot of people. They are. They tied to a lot of people. These people that said that I was drunk too. I be drunk, I be drinking. Man, I do not drink at all. And the first when I bought some beer, I bought some beer for my cousin one day, because he said there was a game that was gonna be coming on later. His friends were gonna come over. So what I did when I just like I said, I listen to people. When I listen to people and I like them, I do things. I try to do nice things for them. I didn't think it was gonna come back and hurt me. So on my card, I bought my cousin Sam some beer or whatever. Bought her some beer while I was out or whatever. While I was out, because I was going to the courtroom to put in a petition, all this stuff like that for my kids and stuff like that. So after I got finished putting the petition in and I left or whatever, and I was went on my Uber driver, I walked to the store or whatever to get the beer or whatever. Got the beer. It was like a 6-pack. Got the 6-pack of beer and stuff like that, and I took it to the house to my cousin Sam. He said, "Thank you, cousin." I put it in the refrigerator for him and all the stuff like that. His friends drank it. I don't know if he drank it or not, but when people say that you part of witchcraft and stuff like that, they think you did something to their food and everything else, so they won't really drink stuff or eat anything that you bring to them. But I have never did anything that's a negative to nobody, man. I just try to see how good I can be in people's lives while I'm around them. Not try to instill hate in nobody. I never did. I never did come against nobody, but everybody is coming against me, going to the round table, seeing how they send at the round table how they finna take me off of things and all this stuff like that. Everybody wants something that they're not gonna get. In the mighty name of Jesus. Because these people been doing a lot to hurt me. because they don't want to work. They don't know what it is to work a 9 to 5. I do. I worked hard all my life. But my family members, they feel like a man should come in and take care of them. A man should come in, and that's why I said I tried to separate my dang on kids' daddy from my mom's side of the family because they work, they worked, they had jobs and all that stuff like that, hairstylists and all that stuff like that. You would have never thought that they'd be a part of stuff like this. Like, why would y'all be a part of something like this? And y'all already got y'all careers off, but it seemed like y'all trying to keep me small and trying to keep everything away from me. Why? Because y'all don't want to make it seem like it's because of me doing everything myself that I deserve something and I got it on my own without the help of nobody. What is the problem? Because I can do hair too. I just don't. I just do my girls' hair. Well, I was doing my girls' hair until they took that away from me. Now I can't do my girls' hair. I can't even see my dang on girls. Once everybody starts saying, praising them and saying, your hair is so pretty and this, that, and the third. Who did your hair? My mama did my hair, this, that, and the third. Guess what they did? They stopped my kids from coming over so I can do their hair. It's a lot of stuff that I inherited from my dad's side of the family that I didn't even know I could do. It just came naturally. Because I never did nobody hair before. But once I started doing my kids' hair, I was like, golly, I'm good. I'm actually good. I inherited that from my daddy's side of the family. I have so many talents about myself, and I can't even use them because of these people and what they have done to me. They don't want to see me blossom. They don't want to see me bloom. And it's okay. But God want to see that for me. So it's gonna happen. Regardless of whether they want it to happen or not. But I was wondering why I was going through so much when I guess this how I'm looking at the situation is like the rental office was trying to do something for me to, figure out what was going on with me. But how can you take everything away from me and expect me to figure out anything? I don't have no money to be able to, hire a private investigator, all of that stuff like that to come in and help me. Y'all know y'all supposed to be doing all this stuff before. Anyway, this is something y'all supposed to do anyway. This is the law. What the law's supposed to do. When somebody don't get what they deserve to have, you knock on their door with to subpoena them to court. Subpoena them to court. I don't care what nobody is saying about them. Know it to be true yourself. Okay, well so if this person be drunk and stuff like that on drugs, we finna see if this person be drunk and stuff and on drugs, then by us subpoenaing this person to court and we actually talking to this person. But no, sometimes these judges be knowing what be going on. Sometimes, not all the time, because some people be having ties to the judge too. Excuse me, confirmation. But that is so true. They have ties to the judge and stuff like. And I think I met one of my kin people at Fairfield. When I was going down to pay a ticket or whatever. And she told me she was gonna let me go off on the ticket and everything. She was just gonna make it clear for me for it to be free. And she made a phone call. When she made the phone call, they told her to make me pay for the ticket. So I paid the ticket and all this stuff like that. I wasn't asking nobody for nothing, but I started crying because she allowed me to leave there. She allowed me to leave there without locking me up and stuff like that. She allowed me to leave there, and she trusted I'll bring the payment back. She trusted I'll pay the payment, and I paid the payment and stuff like that. And the confirmation came and all that stuff like that. And I let her know when I had put it in the mail because she told me, she said, "Let me know when you put it in the mail so I can know when to look for it." I put it in the mail, and then I text her and let her know that it was on the way to her, and she was like, okay. But I thank God for good people. She wanted to do something good for me, and I appreciate her. I appreciate her for being who she is, but I don't know if she was some kin to me or not, but she kind of looked like me, like my dad's side of the family. She kind of did. I'm not going to even lie. But it's just like I felt something, like a connection with her somehow, but I wasn't really sure of it, but that's what I felt, in my heart. I felt like she was, my daddy people, like she was, like I just felt it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but how I was talking to her, she just seemed like she was just a nice woman, and she was a judge. I didn't even know that she was a judge until I got her card, but she was the judge. She was. You know, it was the clerk went in and talked to her and stuff like that. She said, "I'm finna talk to the judge about this," and the judge came out and she met me and she talked to me. I was so happy. I was crying, you know, because I'm like, man, I just traveled a long ways. I had to pay a lot of money to get here. Um, and tears just started rolling down my eyes. I'm like, she trusted me to get this payment and send it in, and like, thank you, Jesus, because you know she could have locked me up. She could have did anything, whatever she wanted to do, because she was a judge. But she didn't know. She trusted that I, make the payment, and I did. I made the payment and all that stuff like that, and that's when my runner office or whatever said that I didn't pay my payment at for my rent or whatever, but I did. I doubled it for the next month or whatever. But they said that they didn't see it, so I got a receipt for that. I also showed the receipt to my I also showed the receipt to the lawyer or whatever that was fighting for my case because they were trying to get me put out of my apartment. I also showed the receipt to her, but they still said they had to make a payment of $200 and something or whatever that they was gonna pay out of their own pocket. But I showed you the receipt. I don't know why they. I guess that was just free money for those people. It's the honest God truth, y'all. Anytime I miss a payment, it's because of my kids. Me having to get them some clothes for school, or me having to do my motherly duties, do what I have to do to make sure my kids be okay and they don't be looked at as dirty and nasty and all that stuff like that. I just show up like I supposed to, even though they tell me not to show up and I don't have that much for my children. I still make a way. God always make a way, and He take care of me whenever I make a way and do what I'm supposed to do when it comes to my kids. Even though it be hard, I still do it. It's like I said, I skip the payment sometime, but I double it like that next month or whatever. But it be paid. I had to do extra stuff, and people was wondering how would she get money and stuff like that. If you take out loans and stuff like that and you pay them back, that's how it happens. Like, y'all do a whole lot of things and thinking that I got extra money for stuff, but I'm really taking out loans and paying it back with my paychecks and stuff. Like, if y'all do the same thing and be responsible like that too, things will come easily to you too. Stop judging me. Cause I ain't never had no boyfriend to do anything for me. Ain't no man ever spent no money on me. Not ever. Not even my kid's daddy like that. When people start talking and stuff like that about the things that I was doing for him, that's when he tried to step in and try to do stuff sometimes. The only thing that person that bought me for real was a ring. He done bought me a ring. He done bought me some Nike pants, a Nike shirt, Nike shoes, and that was on my birthday before. That person ain't ever did anything that was anything big for me. It was me all along. I paid for the rental houses. I paid for the bills. I paid for everything that had something to do with my dang on children. He didn't have no worry in the world. I made it easy for him because he always complained. And I was just trying to ease that dang on, like, calm down. You always complaining. And I'm making things easy for you. I can't help what your mama and your sister doing to you. Just because they keep coming to you for money. I made a way to not come to you for no dang on money by me getting a job. Like, are you serious? This person just hated me. Because who in the world would want me as their baby mother? I'm not bothering you for anything, but I see everybody digging in your dang on pocket, and I just decide, what I'm going to do is just get extra job or two just to help this person out. Because I used to give him money to give his mama for rent or put it on the bill or something. That's probably why she used to be stealing. I don't know, but I used to get my behind beat because of her stealing. It was a whole lot of stuff that was going on in the household. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is her grandson Tony that was locked up. I'm gonna talk about Tony because these people wrong. They took my kids away from me. I'm gonna talk about this situation. Michelle, that's her oldest daughter that nobody talk about. She's in California. She had a son named Tony. She had other kids too, but Tony, he came down from California, y'all. And I'm sorry, y'all, I sound country now. I didn't used to sound like this and stuff like that, but since I've been in Alabama, y'all, I've been country than a mug. They used to say that I used to have an accent and all that stuff like that. And But now I'm starting to get the Alabama vibe, y'all. You hear me? I sound a little ghetto, you know, a little ghetto and little country, a little everything. But I'm sorry, y'all. But I just want to talk about this situation with Tony. This was Michelle, which was Brenda's daughter. Michelle is Brenda's daughter, her oldest daughter that nobody talks about. She sent her son down and she talked to her mom first before she sent him down, and she agreed to him coming down. The whole reason why Tony wanted to come down from California was to change his life, because he felt like he was breaking his mother's heart, and he wanted to make his mother proud of him by the things that he do. He said the only way that he was gonna make a change is if he moved from California away from those bad people who was bad influences. So he moved from California to Alabama. When he moved from California to Alabama, you know, everybody was happy and welcoming him with open arms and stuff like that. And then it started getting tough for him because his uncle wanted him to do things that he didn't want to do, things that he was running away from. And I'm gonna say it because this person getting on my nerves. He wanted him to sell drugs, and he said, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to do stuff like that because, you know, that's what I'm running from. I'm leaving from doing stuff like that so I can, you know, so I can become a better person. I don't want to do that, Unc." He said, "Oh, so you don't want to do that? You want to be a good boy and be and have somebody else as your boss instead of you being a boss of your own." So he was like, "It's okay until I can get a business on my own and start something for myself." So he started working down the street at the store, right? And this is the same thing that they have been doing to me. That's how I know these people been working. So he got a job down the street from Bynesville at the corner store at the gas station. While he was working at the gas station, stuff like that, he doing everything good and all that stuff like that, you know, doing a good job. They, you know, congratulating him for doing a good job. He went in and talked to the man and told the man to fire him, find a way to fire him, because he wanted him to do what he wanted him to do, sell drugs. So the man figured out a way to fire him and all that stuff like that, and he did something on the job that he shouldn't have never did, and he begged the man to forgive him and stuff like that, and asked can he continue to work, and he said he would pay it forward to him and all that stuff like that. He is so sorry. He apologized and all that stuff like that. But you know how some of these kids just slip back into those thoughts when they leave a place, when they transitioning, like it's like a addiction or something. Like they do something, they mess up, they do a slip up, and they be trying to fix what they have done. That's what he did. So he got fired or whatever. He didn't even know why he got fired, but I know why he got fired. So he was talking to me. Whenever he talked to me and vent to me and tell me stuff, you know, he just be letting me know, you know, what didn't happen and all that stuff like that, because I was talking to him and stuff like that. So his uncle started picking at him and all that stuff like that, talking about some you sit up there working down that dang on job and stuff like that, and you could be making this type of money, that type of money, all this stuff, this, that, and the third. And he like, I understand, Unc, that you got money and stuff like that. I'm trying to do all I can. I'm taking extra shifts and stuff like that so I can be able to help with the bills and stuff like that. I'm talking, he doing everything to make his uncle see him in a better, you know, light, a better way. But he didn't want to. He did everything. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. He did everything. I was going to school at the time and all that stuff like that. And he was like, he pulled me to the side. Well, let me talk about this first. So in the household and stuff like that, he got a job and all that stuff like that. Because at first he started bothering him and telling him that you need to be doing, you need to get up and do what it is that you need to be doing and stuff like that. Because I need help around here. You a man and I'm a man and stuff like that. And I'm taking care of the bills and all that stuff like that. I'm doing all this by myself. So you need to do something. So he went and got that job down the street at the gas station and stuff like that. He ended up getting the boy fired and all that stuff like that because he just was intimidated by this boy. He was doing good and all that stuff like that, buying stuff for himself because his uncle was saying that he wasn't finna feed him. His mama wasn't gonna feed him, and that's what pissed me off about his mama, because she act like he is her daddy or something, and he control everything. And I feel like he feel like he control everything because he paying the bills. You in the household with your daddy and your dang on mama, you paying her bills. How about you get a house of your own? Like, I never understood that about these people. So After he got fired from the job and stuff like that, he let him know that he got fired and all that stuff like that. And he tried to start, um, he did everything he could not to do that. He was like, I'll just walk or whatever and go over other people's houses and stuff like that, and then I'll come back whenever he gone or something. That's what he used to have to do, trying to survive and stuff. So they start feeding this boy and everything. They start feeding him and stuff like that. You can't even feed yourself or nothing like that. They would feed him whenever she cooked. She'll stop. She would not cook in the house and stuff like that just so this boy cannot eat. Just because he ain't have no job no more. This is what Brenda was doing. Now, so they end up leaving the house and going to, they end up leaving the house in Vinesville and moving to the house in Ensley. When they moved to the house in dang on Ensley, they kept him at the house, that empty house, no water, no gas, no nothing in it, no lights, no nothing. Do you hear me? Like he was homeless in that house by himself, and with nobody going to see about him. And his uncle go by there and be picking at him and all that stuff like that. So I started going over there. He was like, can you get me something to eat? Lori, can you please give me something to eat? I'll bring him something to eat, all of that stuff. I had to stop doing it because his uncle was saying that me and him was sleeping around with each other. I ain't never disrespected my kid's dad like that, not never. He did that so I could stop helping this boy. He asked me, he said, the last time I had talked to him when I was at the house or whatever, he asked me, he said, why you going to, he said, you still going to school? He was like, that's good. He said, I want to go to school too. I said, you do? I said, I'm going to come by here and I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to take you so you can sign up because we just signed up for class and stuff like that. He was like, okay, I'm trying to do better, Now, so I see you trying to do better and I'm going to do everything I can to help you. Even Nanny was right across the street. She had a dang on house right across the street. He had help around him, but why y'all ain't helping him? Y'all let him be in that dang on cold house, no food, no lights, no gas, no nothing to warm up with. He was cold. I was bringing him blankets and stuff like that so he can keep warm. When I tell you these people so dang on low down, they are so low down, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna continue to tell my story. And that person's story too. I don't know what's going on with him now, or whether or not he's out of jail or he's still in there or not, but he was wrongfully put in jail. And I'm gonna tell you how. They came and picked him up. He was so cold and hungry and stuff like that. When they picked him up or whatever, they had some food inside of the house. Inside of the car or whatever. This was my kid's daddy, homeboys or whatever. They in jail. My kid's daddy, homeboys decided to take a trip or whatever. They took a trip or whatever and had Tony in the car. Tony was in the car. They gave him some food and stuff like that because he asked him, did they have some food? They had some food. He was tearing that dang on food up, and he fell asleep in the car. While he fell asleep in the car was, they was out robbing this man. They robbed this man. I don't know if I think they killed the man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, y'all. Rest in peace. I'm so sorry, sir. You lost your life. But they end up killing the man. They killed him. And that's when the police caught up with them or whatever. They caught up with the people. I guess they got their face from the surveillance. The surveillance video got their faces and all that stuff like that. They didn't have his face. He was in the car. Whenever the police pulled them over, they seen the redness in his eyes and everything that he was asleep. He didn't even know what was going on. When they interrogated him and asked him the questions and all that stuff like that, he didn't even know what was going on for real. But he told them that what somebody hadn't told him or whatever, or but he never did get out the car. When he woke up, he said he woke up to the police, And then he woke up to the dang on police. He didn't know what had happened and stuff like that. They told him, said they was interrogating him and all that stuff like that. It's basically like they made him say that he was involved. So he ended up getting put in jail, and he was like, when I talked to him, man, it was so sad. I started crying. Cause he said, I'm in jail, but I'm okay. He said, I got access to water. I got access to food. I ain't cold. This is something that I was trying to prevent from happening with me going to jail, getting put in jail for the rest of my life, and it happened. He said, I tried to apologize to the family. and stuff like that, because I really didn't have anything to do with it, Gloria. I didn't. But they was interrogating me. They was saying a whole lot of things, and I just wanted a whole lot of stuff to just end, you know. He said I was asleep in the car and I woke up to the police. To the police, um, the police woke me up. And when I woke up, I didn't know what was going on. I still had sleep in my eyes and everything. I didn't know what was going on. And when they interrogated me and stuff like that, I, did what I had to do and told them what I knew about, which I really didn't know anything. But he was like, it's kind of okay that I'm this way because I'm not in that cold house anymore. I have access to food, all of that. Only thing this boy wanted to do is just make a better life for himself. And his uncle couldn't see that happen. All because he wanted him to sell drugs. He wouldn't even support the boy while he was in jail. I was supporting him. His auntie Taco was supporting him, and his grandma sometimes. Taco would go and see him while he was in jail, and it became hard. I guess it became hard for them to go and see him and stuff like that, so they stopped going to see him and stuff like that. But when it came to going to see him and stuff like that, Taco would go and see him. She was. Y'all know I don't lie about nothing. And I don't try to make myself look good either. She was going down there seeing him, and sometimes whenever she could support him or put something on his books and stuff, she would. And his grandma would sometimes too. I'm tired of him calling this house. Well, it's y'all fault that this boy is sitting in freaking jail in the first place. Because y'all could have sent him back home. Y'all didn't have to bring him down here just for him to lose his dang on life to the system. Y'all ought to be ashamed of y'all self. They was working on baby Kentrell too. I'm sorry to call him a baby because he grown now, but that's how they gonna look to me, because they can never get growner than me. That's how they was doing him too. While he was going to school and stuff like that and failing in school, guess who was there for him, trying to help him get through school? Me. I showed up at different things, for this child. I did a whole lot of things that these people, that these people wouldn't do. And I would always tell him, if you need some help with anything, you just let me know. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to help you the best way I know how, and anytime he would call me, I have to take him to the library and stuff like that so I can get his grades up and stuff like that. But these people want to abuse these children, but they won't take out time to help them when it comes to their education. Like, why? So you're going to beat a child, but you ain't doing nothing to help a child. Sorry, but you ain't doing nothing to help a child. That's confirmation. They probably doing my daughter like that. But you ain't doing nothing. You ain't taking out time because y'all sit up there and told the judge. You sit up there and told the judge, oh, we well educated up here. We graduated. We got our GEDs and all this stuff like that. And the children will be a good fit here. Them GEDs and degrees don't mean nothing when kids are failing. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do to help them make it through school, but you want to sit up there on a dang on a platform talking about how kids deserve to be where y'all at. Y'all don't deserve no dang on children in that household, period. You don't. Y'all be leaving kids at the dang on at the school and stuff like that, and they have to wait, call CPS just for y'all to come pick up your own dang on children. It don't make no sense. And then they used to put so much on Kentrell to where he have to go and pick his siblings up, have to do. He ain't really have no life for himself for real. I hope he finally separated himself. I think he did, because he driving trucks and stuff now, doing good for himself, got a little girl. But this is the same thing that my son said, I'm doing. How? Nigga, they doing that to you, not me. I try to get my babies. Been going to court to get my heart broken. Because they keep on telling me, oh, the kids, they said that they doing good where they at and stuff like that. That's a lie. They told me that they want to come and stay with me. And they told the judge in her chambers. Stop lying. Y'all did this and kept my kids away from me for what? So y'all could feel good? And so y'all could sleep good at night? Thinking that I was in my head? Because I ain't gonna lie. I was in my head about it at first. But I stopped all that. You see how these people was abusive to me? Or we not gonna only take our kids, we're gonna convince these people that she crazy and stuff like that. No, you crazy, y'all crazy. The stuff that y'all did to y'all own people. So what makes you think that these people tell the truth about anything that they speak up about? They ain't nothing but liars, bro. how they did that boy, it just didn't make no sense to me. He didn't belong in jail. They did. For how they treated him. They should have went to jail for how they treated that dang on boy. Had him in that dang on house, he ain't have nothing. Do you hear me? He ain't have nothing but one person that was willing to help him, and that was the man at the store. And my kid's daddy was collaborating with him to do him wrong. Like, are you serious? You gonna get him fired? You gonna get him fired and all that stuff like that, and going on with your with what you doing? That just didn't make no sense to me. But these people low down. I'm gonna keep on talking about they low down the behinds. Everybody. Because they took my babies away from me. They took my kids away from me like I was I ain't deserve my dang on children. Now, why is it like that anyway in the system? If you're trying to say that I'm selling my body and I'm doing all this stuff with me, what am I doing to my children that's some negative to keep my kids away from me? No, y'all just wanted me on a dark web. Y'all wanted me to look stupid. Y'all wanted me sex trafficked. Let's talk about it. Y'all wanted all these things for me. Because these people uploaded me on dark webs and all this stuff. It's people knowing me in other countries and stuff because of what these people have done. And they want to try to make it seem like, oh, we're keeping your kids away from you because you're a bad mother, you're a bad this, that, and the third. And I never have been. It was people that I would talk to in other countries. And the reason why I would talk to these people in other countries is because I wanted them to see. I ain't know no drugs. I'm talking about I used to spend all day with these dang on people on the phone, on FaceTime. On FaceTime, I'm talking about all dang on day so they can see what I do from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. Just so I can have somebody that I call out to that can say that these people is a liar. Because they always have been. Did anybody come and ask me any questions? No. Anybody came and asked me nothing. Or try to see if any of this stuff that these people were saying was true. No, because they were just as karmic as them. When people have ties and stuff like that, this is what happened to a person. And it don't make no sense. And they say these people are, connected to Illuminati and all that stuff like that. Look, I ain't got no problem with nobody. I don't care who these people decide to get in connection with. I don't care. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But they start telling people that with the Illuminati because of the protection that, God provided me with. God provided me with protection. He saw that I was important enough to be protected. And he sent those helpers. No matter how people want me to look at things, I know I'm protected. I know I am. And I don't care what nobody say and how people try to make it seem like I'm not. I am. That's why I walk freely out of my apartment and go wherever it is I want to go, man. I'm not finna be sitting behind closed doors. Just like I said, I have to have food in my body. I have to feed myself. And the only way I'm going to feed myself is walking up that dang on the street and give me something to eat. But this just don't make no sense, man. These people took everything away from me. Cars, clothes, furniture. They took everything from me. Homes, happy homes. It took everything away from me, bro, and didn't even ask how I was doing. Didn't even want to come in and help. Okay, so if you're saying all of this stuff about me and you take care of me, then you can make that make sense, right? Okay, what my name on that you done help me with? Oh, so you done paid a bill? If you done paid a bill, when it show? Show somebody you paid a bill. Do a screenshot. Oh, okay. I did everything for myself. Do everything for myself. Nobody never did anything for me. And I'm not mad at nobody because I'm grown, but still, I should have somebody that could come in and help. I never did. Never had anybody. But these people feel like they can take things from me. They can set up these events to have me hurt. All of that stuff. They want to do a whole lot of things just because of something that don't belong to them. You want to take what belongs to me, right? You ain't gonna get it. You can try to get it if you want to. Go ahead. I'm just saying. It don't make no sense to me. All of this hate for what? Y'all doing all of this for what? Or when she get it, we gonna rob her. We gonna hurt her. We gonna rob her. We gonna kidnap her when she get it. So they place criminals around me. And they had people thinking, they had people not willing to want to come in and protect me when it comes to the criminals. That's why I speak out. I get on a platform and I speak out about it. Because these people they was just in meetings talking about, robbing me and coming into my apartment and stuff like that. Looking into my apartment in the middle of the night and all that stuff like that, Don't care about nothing. You can look all you want to. Don't touch. These people do this. This is God's truth now. All up in my dang on apartment. Just look. What you looking at? Ain't never empty space. What you think you gonna... Baby, when you get finished robbing me, you still gonna be broke. That's why God doing things so won't nothing happen to me. He trying to make sure I'm safe so won't nothing happen to me, because he know the plans of these demons that surrounds me. Will try to surround me, because those demons are being watched. Or the ones that's trying to come my way is being watched. Because there's other people that help, that I'm surrounded by. They help make sure don't let them go on and all this stuff like that. So I'm not even worried about it. But I get on this platform just to make sure, because I don't know who is helping, who is harmed, to be honest. So I get on this platform and I talk about it. I speak up about it, because I don't know what to think. Like, seriously, sometimes I don't. I see the police is working tirelessly. They be watching to make sure I be okay and stuff like that. But the criminal is right next door. Stuff like that. It don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. Like I said, man, I'm not finna be living in fear or anything like that. Whatever it is that I want to do, I'm going to go and do it, because you can't stop me from doing it. But all these people that's involved in this, man, it's just heartbreaking. Because why? She's trying to get me put out of my dang on apartment for me to go back to something that hurt me, that try to put me in the grave. You go back to it then. You go to it for me. You replace me. Ain't that the reason why y'all was there anyway? For the replacement? Dude, I was been gone anyway. I was happy, like, still is happy, because I don't have to deal with nobody. Like, seriously, I don't care. But I want them to zero in on my daughter Angel, because she have been getting treated very badly. They catch out in the dang on house 24 dang on 7. She just be sitting there playing the game or on the phone, not doing nothing. She's sad all the time, all this stuff. And every time I speak out about this, y'all, and this is the honest God truth, they start trying to pay attention to her and act like they love her and all this other stuff. You don't love nothing. You don't even love yourself doing a child like this. She don't have no social life. The only social life she has is playing with her dang on, playing with her cousins. And that's it. My daughter, she play with her friends and stuff like that. Go to the mall with her friends and stuff like that. Just like I said when I was younger. And if I went somewhere, my sisters went somewhere. My sisters went somewhere, I went somewhere. We always was together. Nope, you ain't leaving her. If you gonna leave her, then you ain't going. That's how I used to be. I bet you that'll prevent teenage pregnancy, won't it? I'm just saying. It's crazy though. People want to say that I'm strict and I'm bored. Man, I'm not finna bring all that stuff inside of my dang on apartment just to be disappointed. I'm glad I didn't bring it all up in here. And I brought blow up beds or whatever just to see how it was gonna work. I wanted to see if my children gonna come for the summer. I was finna buy some dang on TVs for the summer, but when the summer came, and I hadn't bought the blow up beds, the sheets and the quilts and all that stuff like that for the beds, and they didn't come. I said, cancel that order. I ain't bring no TVs up in here. Sure did not. I sure did not. Cause for what? For some children that'll never come and see me or come and have anything to do with me? Oh, okay. Cause I was getting ready for the summer. We was gonna have some dang on fun. Do you hear me? They never did come. I was gonna drag all that stuff up in here. For what? It's just me. And whenever it's time for me to leave, I'm gonna have to drag all this stuff up out of here. No. I'm not finna do that. I'm tired of being disappointed by people. So, if I have to go on by myself, I want to go on by myself. But I said I wanted to take my baby with me because of how they was treating her. They treat her like she don't belong. And that's not okay with me. She been in the dang on house 24/7. She ain't got nowhere to go. The grandma can at least take her with her or something. I don't care if she don't want to go. Make her go. And why she with you? She doing her homework. Cause it don't make no sense. They put a light on my oldest daughter, whatever. She had to help her with her homework and stuff like that. Constantly, like that's her child. If you can't do it and you ain't at the dang on house, then why in the world do you have my kids over there? They could have been brought my dang on child to me. If she's so much of a burden, yeah, y'all got her locked up in the dang on house. What she ain't doing nothing. Ain't got no type of dang on no type of social life or anything like that. And she be sad and stuff like that when she come from school and all the stuff like that because kids, some kids can be cruel and stuff like that, be mean and stuff. Like I said, man, I used to tell them, look, you get your clothes and stuff like that, you make sure you have some clothes in there for your sister too. Don't you be doing her like that. Y'all treat y'all sister right, that's y'all sister. Don't y'all do stuff like that. My oldest daughter, she gets shoes and clothes and stuff like that, and my youngest daughter don't. She have to wear somebody else's clothes and shoes. It's not okay. That's why I bought her some tennis shoes and bought her a coat. I bought both of my kids some coats and some clothes and stuff like that, supposedly. But I believe that my oldest daughter just put everything on her. That's why I be needing to know what be going on. That's why I was calling out to their grandmother. And I finally talked to her this year. And I asked her how she was doing and all that stuff like that. I'm surprised she talked to me then. But shoot, I thought that something hadn't went on and they just didn't want to, they wanted to keep it away from me or something. And my son was taking care of his sister. That's how I thought it was. And I'm like, okay, so I ain't talked to y'all grandma yet. Y'all need to be trying to put y'all grandma on the dang on phone. I'm gonna call CPS and send them over there. Cause I ain't heard from this lady. And every time I talk to you, you always got your sisters with you. So what is going on over there? I don't understand it. And it's like DHR just dropped them off and just said, forget it. It don't make no sense, man. Like I said, they would have been better in my dang on household. I don't care how people feel. It would have been better in my dang on house. I don't care how strict you felt like it was going to be. Y'all should have been did the right thing when it comes to my dang on children. Look how they treating her. My child wanted to take her own dang on life or tried to. And y'all felt the need to keep her there? The nerve of y'all. Didn't even care whether or not I was going to the dang on the sessions with her or none of that stuff. They didn't care about none of that stuff. I didn't even know that she had started therapy. They didn't even tell me. My daughter slipped up and told me that she was going to therapy. And I was like, oh. And I've been calling this lady and asking this lady to let me know, to let me know what she gonna do or whatever, so I can meet her over there, and talk to the person with my kids, the psychiatrist. I'm gonna say the psychiatrist. Talk to the therapist. Talk to the therapist with her so she can know who I am. And I can sit in some of the sessions with her. She did it behind my back. She went and signed my child up for a therapist and all that stuff like that behind my back. She didn't let me know that she signed her up or none of that. Because I kept on calling her every day. I said, can you please call me back? Because I'm trying to see when you're going to go down there to sign my child up for a therapist so I can get on the bus and meet you over there or something like that so the lady know who I am too. She didn't do it. I kept on calling. Couldn't get no answer from nobody. That's when I started putting phones on my kids. Because I couldn't talk to them. And even when I put phones on my kids, I still couldn't talk to them. They still was blocking my kids from talking to me. And I couldn't talk to my baby girl. It was like they was doing her the same way that they was doing me. Trying to make me feel some type of dang on way. They was leaving her at the house in the basement by her dang on self. Talking about, and while she playing with toys on the floor. Talking about some, we left her at the house and all that stuff like that. She get left at the house a lot, don't it? By herself. By herself with nobody. Because the daddy wander off. If they leave her with him, he wander off. So y'all can't keep her with y'all can't keep her with him and all that stuff like that because he ain't he don't supposed to be left alone. Like y'all are so wrong with the stuff that, man. And I'm like, when is DHR gonna open their eyes? Or they just don't care about me. They don't care about me because people that got fired and stuff like that, and they pissed off. They don't care nothing about me or my children. Because how you care about me and my dang on church, and then you sitting up there allowing this to go on? How? Just like I said, man, I bought blow-up beds and stuff like that because I wanted to see before I drag some dang on real furniture up in here. I wanted to see whether or not my kids were gonna be able to come, you know, come and live with me, for the summer or whatever. They didn't. They didn't. So you think I'm gonna bring some real beds up in here, some TVs, just for these people to break in and steal everything? Cause that's what they were trying to do, orchestrate a robbery. They just recently was talking about that now, a robbery, getting in groups and stuff like that, talking about a robbery, sexual assault, all that stuff. You ain't finna do nothing but sit down somewhere. Is what you gonna do. So look. I got 911 on speed dial. I don't care. That's the honest God truth, and I don't care. Just like I said, these people try to do a whole lot of things, try to take things out of my life, and I just had to scale it down, scale it back. But they tried to get me homeless and kicked out. They did. They did. It's the honest God truth. So she won't know so much if we get her kicked out. She will be focused on what it is that she gonna do, this, that, and the third. I'm still gonna be making videos. But I know it's not gonna happen though, because this is what these people try to get to happen to me. Things that they don't want to happen to themselves, they want it to happen to me. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, I guess I keep on making videos, because they won't leave me alone. They're like, nope, you got to get up and talk about it. We want you to talk about it. You need to talk about it because, how will we know what's going on with you if you don't talk about it? So I try to. They be trying to send distractions in, send people in to distract me, to stop me from speaking up and all that stuff like that. Man, sit down somewhere because I wouldn't have had to speak up and say anything if it weren't for y'all doing the things that y'all was doing. If you wouldn't have been doing stuff and taking stuff from me, then it would have never happened. But now I got to speak out about this stuff because y'all act like y'all can't see nothing. Or y'all don't want to sit down somewhere and stop doing what you're doing. So I'm going to keep on talking about whatever it is I need to talk about. And ain't nobody going to bother me either. Keep on trying to... They're trying to come against everything and it's not working. But they'll be okay. I just thank God for sending those good people to help me get my whatever it is that I need to get out. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for everything, Lord. Oh my goodness. Just thank you, Lord, because if it weren't for you, my would have been messed up. Lord, wait a minute. I'd have been messed up. The people would have been, put my head on the platter. But nah, God set people around so it won't happen. I don't care if I get picked up by somebody asking me, do I need a ride up the dang on street, and I get in the car with somebody and they keep on going, guess what? They're going to stop that car. They're going to get in front of the dang on car. They're going to stop it and make them get me up out of there. They can keep on acting like they ain't being watched all they want to. That's why I be doing these lives so these people can know, look, they bothered me again. They bothered me. No, just... But for real though, other people know, that's why it's important for y'all to share other people's messages and stuff like that, so other people can be enlightened when it comes to certain things, because this is a dangerous situation, y'all. And I talk about myself, but other people actually have went through this too. Some people didn't make it, rest in peace. Some people didn't make it, and some people did, and they make it enough to tell their story and stuff like that. But this is what happened when family members feel like you don't deserve anything. And they feel like you're going to become better than what you are if you get whatever it is that God has for you. Whatever God has for you, you're going to get it. Regardless of how people trying to make it look, you're going to get it. But anyway, talk to y'all later, guys. See you later, guys. See you later. Look, I ain't doing that other one. If I do, I'm going to schedule it. Don't y'all get tired of me. Y'all supposed to be living on me. I'm just playing. See you later, guys.